All right, guys. Today's gonna be a little bit of a weekly outlook. Kind of what I want to see in the marketplace. More of like a top-down analysis. Um, More than anything, we will start from the monthly going forward. Um, I do want to kind of preface and say that this is kind of all just it's all just theoretical. I'm not expecting you guys to actually trade based off of um, take your trades based off of whatever I'm covering in this. This is kind of just for my own profile, see if I'm, getting better at reading price, kind of thing. But yeah, so we'll start on the monthly. As you guys can see, pretty bullish overall in the monthly. One thing I would like to note is we did have this high that was in place. This monthly high that I was looking at my objective for the monthly target, and also to complete our daily buy model. But it seems that we are still reacting from this fair value gap pretty sensitively. Creating a lower low kind of SMT here, which does show a little bit of weakness to me. Additionally, I won't really be trading most of this rest of this year, because as ICT says with seasonal tendencies, that kind of towards December, when we kind of gear towards that month, it does reset the yearly range, in a sense that the market will have a different objective than the range it's currently in, which, as you can see, the current range that we are in is this high to this low. This is our current monthly range right here. So you can see this candle was engulfed by these three consecutive bearish candles, but you can also see that all three of these bearish candles were engulfed by this single bullish candle. And that is evident from this fair value gap we have reached on the monthly for our bearish price action. So overall, we are bullish on the monthly. Let's go down to the weekly, and we can look at price a little bit further. So as you can see, price kind of reacted off of this this order block right down here. On the weekly, we can see that price reacted off of this order block, this hidden order block, also known as Hippo if you watch any of Hop block and stuff, but we won't be covering that. As you can see, we kind of formed this breaker, so you can see this low, high, lower low, higher high. So in any sense, if we are reacting bearishly off of this fair value gap, off of this order block, or whatever, I would be looking for price to either retrace into OTE of this range or to come into any of these fair value gaps right here. So this one is my first target to look for. This one maybe not as much, because I think this acts more of a breakaway gap, or these two right here. As you can see, we have a BP, we had a BPR forming, so these should be left unfilled realistically. But if anything, I will be looking for this as my nearest draw. Essentially, it will be kind of hard. I don't think we truly reach this by the end of the month, but I think it is definitely one of my targets that I'll be looking for in terms of sell side from this weekly candle, because once Monday opens, once it opens tomorrow, it will be what is today, the 28th? Wait, no, today's the 26th actually. So when Monday opens tomorrow, I want to see us either purge the high of this candle or the low of this candle, considering we are operating in this weekly range. That's kind of where I want to see price did kind of flip this high right here. We did use it as support, so we kind of when price opened, came down, used this low as this high as support. We created our high, and then we created our close, and now for this week we are operating inside of this previous weekly range. So this previous week high and this previous week low, I will be looking at as targets, essentially, for NQ. As you can see, that's just on the weekly. We'll go down to the daily. And as you can see, we still have this gap outlined. We kind of been choppy this past week. delete all of this. Yeah, we have been a little bit choppy. I really doubt that we do come back into OTE or come back into this low, considering, we've kind of already displayed that we kind of just rallied right through. So the market either does one thing: it either seeks liquidity or it comes back into inefficiencies. And this is how I usually find my daily bias. So as you can see on the daily, we did reach hopefully was our objective for the market maker buy model that occurred on the daily. As you can see, we had our high time frame PD array, this fair value gap, and this order block. And then as well, if you want to count this breaker block, this was a strong point of reversal, all this liquidity built up here. So hopefully we have completed our buy model. It's just the only issue is for the sell model, I want to see us hit a higher time frame PD array. So that could be any one of these inefficiencies that are in this kind of zone over there. But as I was saying, the market goes to liquidities and then it takes out liquidity. So we took out this buy side right here, which I will label. So this is our buy side liquidity. And then the market wants to reach for those inefficiencies. And the largest inefficiency that I see that is near us is this inefficiency over here, or this between this candle's low and this candle's high, this weekly inefficiency as well. Price could react off of this order block. For all I know, it could just, come into this order block and use that to rebound. But this order block's open is kind of in line with this low. So those could both be hit consequently, essentially, along with this order block as well. So, this one right here, we could use that act as, a little bit of support as well, maybe below this candle's low. But considering the sensitivity that we got around this level between this candle wicking, and then this candle wicking, it shows me that the market does have some weakness to kind of reach lower in a sense. And so we'll go on the 4 hour and we'll go look on the 4 hour what price is looking like. So it looks like with Monday, we did kind of trade above this high that Monday created. My two biggest areas, considering price is already inverse this 4 hour gap right here, is we'll mark this as sell side liquidity. Let me move this over here just to make it more for you guys. Okay, so we do have this level of sell side, we have this level of sell side, and then we have this consolidation right here. So you could see we have some sort of a sell model down to this original consolidation right here. It's definitely very likely that we reach, any one of these lows, considering that this is a lot of built up liquidity. Low resistance liquidity kind of down here. So price, I would like to see reach for these levels, but it is not guaranteed at the end of the day. We could just come into this inefficiency on the premium. I believe this is extreme premium as well. Let me double check. Sorry, let me change the settings on these. Yeah, so from this high to this low is the extreme discount, I could say. Right now we are trading below equilibrium. If let me extend this real quick. I'll move these over here. So yeah, so this is kind of our extreme high, or extreme low, extreme high. So on the 4 hour, we are operating within this range. So I do want to see, if price does close below this equilibrium, I'll look for either this sell side right here, this just regular discount. But if price does reach for those inefficiencies, we want to look and see if it will reach the discount range, so the 0.75 to 1. So so we can see that we do have like our weekly, I believe this is the weekly, yeah. So this past week, we do have this level right here that I do want to see hit additionally. And then let's see if we get any standard deviations. No, looks like. So yeah, this is where the market, I believe, is headed currently. This sell side, or maybe this sell side right here. It's probably reaching for this sell side right down here. I would say this is like my first target for a reversal once we hit this level, because this again was just a wick at 2 p.m. So I'm sure it has some significance as a data high or a data low additionally with this one at 6 a.m. So I'm looking for either this inefficiency on the 4 hour to get traded into, or this sell side, and additionally all of this built up liquidity, this consolidation to complete our sell model. Price obviously did open pretty bearish, so that does look for me kind of showing some signs of weakness towards the marketplace to gravitate towards this weekly inefficiency from this to here. Yeah, so like those are my targets essentially. We can look at the economic calendar and see. So Monday would likely be a consolidatory phase considering we have no news, but if we do reach this target and possibly during midnight or during London session, if London gravitates towards the draw on liquidity, which on the 4 hour is this imbalance for me, if this is the magnet and price does gravitate towards this high time frame PD array, New York will probably be low probability, and we could likely see another continuation day for Monday. That's just, that's something to look out for. Not always is Monday going to be accumulation, but the highest probability for the week to, play out in distribution and manipulation is if Monday does create our accumulation range. Additionally, I will have this order block right here marked out. We could react off of this as well. So we'll say 4 hour order block. So this could also be a potential target for price to go to, along with this sell side down here. So if price does show that it's kind of reacting off of this order block or this inefficiency, because sometimes price will close through the fair value gap, but if there's an order block below it, it will likely be a sign of reversal. Just because we inverse this major fair value gap right here does not always mean that price will continue lower. But just for sakes, I have my eye on here, and then this sell side, and then this weekly imbalance right here that I have marked. We'll mark out this range, kind of. So yeah, I know it's a pretty big gap to fill, so it might be a little bit weirder for us to kind of reach for it on the 4 hour, but this original consolidation does look very juicy to me, considering we kind of did have our reversal. It's not like the most perfect smart money reversal we've had, so as I said, the markets are kind of in a weird place considering seasonal tendency, and we're not having a super big injection of volatility around the winter time. So I'm looking for those areas to get reached. We'll go on the 1 hour and see what else has changed. So yeah, we could just be reaching for these lows, maybe come into this order block down here. But judging how we've kind of closed, through all these inefficiencies, makes me want to seem that we might be heading a little bit lower. Kind of maybe possibly get a retracement from this high to here, somewhere between equilibrium at any one of these order blocks. But how we've been respecting price and how we've been kind of respecting our the bearish narrative on the way down on the 1 hour is important. But 1 hour order flow is important till we hit a key level. So those key levels can be sell side resting here, inefficiencies down here, this built up liquidity down here, this consolidation, definitely looking as an area to have your eye on. But right now price is 50-50 considering we do have buy side targets up here. We do have this high up here. We have equal highs right up here on the 1 hour, relative equal. And this is why I'm kind of just staying out of trading for the rest of the year. I won't be trading any fundeds. I'll kind of just be working on other stuff, working on graduating, school and everything. Because the markets just do not seem very high probability to me. Like, do you really want to trade this? I mean, this week, considering the news that we have, might bring us some volatility, but looking at Tuesday, we have Powell speaking on Friday, which could be a nice push. If we do reach for this target, it could be a nice push back into the range. So likely Monday we get an accumulation, hopefully, or it could just be a continuation. So Monday could just be a continuation of this kind of bearish trend we've had. Tuesday, likely we either get some form of manipulation. So whether that manipulation is below into this PD array, into these lows to get us bullish, we could see that as well. So Tuesday can likely be some form of manipulation. Wednesday we could have a trend day, so we can see price. So, for any example, if, we see something like price, come down here, kind of consolidate around this level for a bit, we see Tuesday create, come into one of these PD arrays, and then we see Wednesday kind of have some sort of a, trend day, creates higher highs, and then likely we could get some kind of reversal towards the end of the day. This would be ideal for our weekly profiles, but again, with how just, random price has been pretty recently and how low conditions have been. Thursday, I would like to see a extension of that of that Wednesday continuation. So, if we do kind of consolidate around here and then, come in, we get our Wednesday continuation, and then we likely get a retracement during New York Open or something, and then, Thursday can complete it. That would be ideal. And then with Powell speaking, PMI, ISM manufacturing, we could just get a retrace back into the range. So, if Wednesday and Thursday we do continue our bullish narrative like we have on the daily and weekly, we could see price take out either one of these highs or maybe come into here, and then on Friday we'll get a retracement back into the range. I like to usually wait for Monday to play out and Tuesday to play out in order to have a good sense on the weekly profiles, because it's a little bit difficult to predict it. But yeah, another thing we'll do, we can look at DXY, because I think DXY is also something we have to kind of anticipate in the markets. So I do kind of have an annotation already kind of put out for DXY. So you can see, you can see the market structure kind of change. So you can see a sweeping highs, sweeping external range liquidity, and then now you can see us on our sell model after hitting this order block, this gap, sweeping this high. You can see our sell model is reaching for the IPTA 60 look back low, which was this one. If you look back 60 days, ICT talks about it. Currently, we are also below an equilibrium, but this is my first area for price to retrace. We can also take our fib and we can kind of see that, maybe the -2, -2.5 looks like a good area for us to see a reversal. Possibly between these relative equal lows right here. So you see these two kind of in between there is where I'm looking for price to retrace, maybe this order block right here. But this is my first target. I want to see price kind of continue some weakness, sweep this low, come into this 6-month range opening price and sell side. Because if you do look if you change this to the 6-month time frame, hold on, our power of 3 indicator, you can see that this is where price opened. So this is our opening price from the 6-month, and it also aligns with a sell side level. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. So I'm looking for the algorithm to reach for this level. I have my eye here, but it definitely could come and sweep these lows as well. I will have these lows marked out as well as a potential target. Right, maybe push below discount of the discount, and then see us kind of rally towards the end of the year. So DXY is important to look at because indexes obviously follow it very closely, especially when we have weakness in the markets like we do during Q4. But you can see our power of 3. So you can see our accumulation. We have our manipulation, distribution, and then this is either a retracement or this is either just a second. This is hopefully, considering we have this daily gap and then this daily high still unmitigated, I think price is still looking to gravitate towards that. So, if you can see us retracing an equilibrium or discount is kind of somewhat of a retracement on DXY, because I do think it is still, I do think we are still bullish on the currency considering inflation and everything. But yeah, that's kind of really all I had for today. There's not much to talk about. I'll kind of try to post some videos during the week to see how my prediction kind of ran out, but for ES as well, I'm kind of having the same. I think ES kind of wants to reach a little bit higher, but it's also showing a little bit more signs of weakness than NQ. So, we will see. So right now, my targets are this 4-hour gap, this sell side liquidity pool right here, this low resistance liquidity, and then between this low and this high, this weekly gap. If we are bearish and we do see a closure below, if we do see kind of a push into discount for our retracement, or just finishing our original consolidation on a sell model on the higher time frame. But yeah, that's basically it for today.